nutrition and supplements for superior health and vibrant longevity versus nutrition and supplements for health. So in the next several videos, I'm going to be sharing with you different strategies for nutrition and for supplements. So first, understand that achieving superior health and vibrant longevity is extraordinary. So what I mean by extraordinary is that it's not an ordinary thing today to have superior health and vibrant longevity, or specifically living over 100-something years old. So because it's extraordinary, you need to do things differently than what is ordinary. So if you want to be an elite athlete, you cannot be an elite athlete applying the same strategies as a weekend warrior or someone who just goes to the gym every day just to be healthy, or if someone is just an amateur athlete, right? An amateur athlete versus an elite athlete have very different programs. So the same is when it comes to achieving superior health and vibrant longevity and to live over 100 years old, you need to do things that are very different in many cases than if your goal is just to stay just healthy or be in ordinary health. So, this is, I'm going to share with you a little story here of the difference between the two, and then in later lessons I'm going to go over more specific strategies. So this one's more of a general story, so you can see. I'm going to give you like a picture of how that is. Okay. So this is Mr. Lee, and Mr. Lee Yuan. He's they say they lived for over 200 and something years. So I'm going to share a little bit about his story of how he progressed from ordinary to extraordinary, meaning from being pretty healthy, and actually for many people, for his time, or even today, a lot of people consider him, even before he reached 100 years old, to be in superior health. So even he changed. So you'll see how that goes. So Mr. Lee, before the age of 50, he was already a master herbalist. He started out when he was a young kid. He left his home and he traveled with people who were selling herbs. And at that time, when you're selling herbs, you were an herbalist. You needed to know what the herbs do. You need to know how to pick them, etc. So when he was a young kid, he already started learning all of that, and then he went on his own. He was already at a master level of Kung Fu and martial arts. He was very into Qigong practices, so he was already at a master level of Qigong. And before the age of 50, he was well known for being in excellent health and having amazing vigor. So even at the age before he turned 50, he was already considered having superior health at that time. And so he was already considered. So when he started his journey on achieving longevity, at the age of 50, he was already doing very, very well health-wise. But what happened? At around 50 years old, he met an immortal, a person. This one was over 100 years old, or maybe 200. I can't remember the age right now. This is what they say. And this immortal was in far better shape than him. He saw that the guy had more vigor. He was and much more healthier than him, walking even faster than him. So now he thought he was very, very healthy already. And then he sees someone who is over 100 years old and is way healthier than him. So he was like, okay, I need to find out what this person is doing. So he spoke to the immortal, and the immortal told him, okay, add goji berries to your meals. start doing that. So he added some soup, and in his soup he would make goji berries, and so part of his now new practice was to eat goji berries. I'm sure he told them some other stuff too, but this is what's been shared, is that he taught him to eat goji berries. Now remember, he was already a master herbalist. He was already good in Chinese medicine. He was already good in qigong. So he now said, okay, I want to go to the next level. And so he started implementing what this person has already achieved, right, this immortal, and he started implementing, even though he already knew a lot of stuff, but he wanted to get even better, right? So he wanted to go, he was already extraordinary. He wanted to even go beyond that, right? So at around 100, he already had superior eyesight. He was super fit. He had radiant health. He was already at grandmaster level in martial arts. And he was even fitter and healthier than when he was in his 50s. So by implementing the strategies that immortal gave him, that he became even fitter than he was in his 50s. So what it means is that when he was already over 50, he started getting even healthier and fitter. And most of us, so many people say that, oh, as you get older, you get slower, you get sicker, things starts breaking down. Most people don't think that as you get older, you actually can get even fitter. So what you can see from Mr. Lee's story is that age may not be a factor, right? Or it can play a very small factor in how your body starts to deteriorate, right? So you can even reverse things and become even much healthier, much fitter, even in a later age. So at 100 plus, he met a Taoist Immortal hermit that was over 500 years old, who was way healthier and fitter than him. So Mr. Lee met someone who was even older than him by several hundred years, and he was so impressed. He was like, wow, because he was already in good shape, and then he sees someone who was even better shape than him. So he's like, okay, I want to go to the next level of that. So he asked the immortal, he begged him to teach him his secrets. This Taoist Immortal taught him his secrets to superior health, environmental longevity, and basically he taught him the Taoist inner alchemy, which is basically a specific type of qigong, right? He taught him the herbs that he's taking, or herbs that he will need to help him, and he taught him nutrition, So after his meeting with this Taoist Immortal, he started consuming more ginseng with his goji berries, right, and Shou Wu daily. So the ginseng specifically here is the one that he started taking, is the yang. So there's two types of ginseng. There's the heating and the cooling. And the ginseng from North America is actually a cooling ginseng. So you want to make sure, so if you are going to take ginseng, just make sure, it depends on your program, but in this case, he was taking that ginseng, and the Shou Wu was a yin. So it's a yang tonic, ginseng for a yang tonic, and the Shou Wu is for yin tonic. So this way it balances out. So if you're going to take a ginseng, you may want to make sure that it's the yang ginseng, so this way it balances out. So you can see there's the yin and yang in there, right? He started eating very little meat and grains and root vegetables. So if you're familiar with many programs, they tell you meat is very healthy for you, grains is very healthy for you, root vegetables are very healthy for you. That is if you want to achieve ordinary health. But if you're going for extraordinary health, right, you want to limit your meats, you want to limit your grains, and you want to limit your root vegetables. I'm going to go in later lessons, I'm going to go over in more detail about food, but I'm just sharing you Lee's story, how he went through the different stages of achieving superior health. So he consumed mainly above ground vegetables and herbs. That was his main diet. So as you can see from an expert who started off as an expert, started learning how to be healthy when he was at a very young age, from the eating, from the Qigong perspective, from the herb perspective, right? By the time he was 50, he was very, very healthy at that age. But even he needed to learn new things, new strategies, and change what he was doing to go to the next level, to become more and more and more and more vibrant, more and more healthy as he was getting older. So basically from this story, I wanted to show you that there are many health programs out there, and which are good, but you need to analyze them. Are they to achieve ordinary health, or are they good to achieve extraordinary health? And in this program, I'm going to be sharing with you not how to achieve ordinary health, but how to become extraordinary when it comes to health and vitality. So that's that's what I've been teaching you, and then further lessons I'm going to be teaching you the same thing. So all the strategies, everything that's in this Vibrant Life Extension Masterclass is all about achieving extraordinary health and vitality. So which is very, very different than achieving ordinary. So when you hear other programs out there about health and vitality, this will give you some clarity about why it's very different here than other programs, so you're not so confused. They're talking about ordinary health, or in what most people call, and not most people, but another way of saying it, there is a strategy for survival, and there's a strategy to thrive, right? Nutrition and health programs for survival is one, and nutrition and health programs to thrive is very, very different. So you can eat certain foods, like let's say potatoes, and they're good and it's fine, and it will help you survive. And if you're hungry, it'll give you some nutrition and it'll help you survive. But it's not going to help you in thriving. And you cannot use the same strategies to survive if you want to thrive. If you want to thrive, you must let go or stop doing strategies for surviving, because they're going to prevent you from thriving. So once you get to a stage that you can survive and you can eat, then you start saying, okay, now what can I do? What things can I implement to start thriving? And in many cases, to thrive, you must let go of implementing strategies for survival. So as you can see here, Mr. Lee had to let go of a lot of his strategies that he's used to achieve superior health at the age of 50, right? Then so once he reached age 50, he learned new strategies, let go of the old strategies, and then he reached age 100 plus, and then he met someone who was 500 years old, who was even healthier than him. So what did he do? He learned from him, and then he let go of the strategies that he was using before, some of them, the ones that were no longer preventing him from going further, from increasing his health and vibrancy, right? And then he started implementing the other one. So meaning he started eating more vegetables, for example, above the ground vegetables, and eating a lot less grains, a lot less meats, and a lot less root vegetables. So the reason why I'm sharing his story with you, so you can see even someone who had superior health went through changes, at least 3 times, probably more, but let's say at least 3 different changes, one from up to 50, then 50, to 100 and 100 plus, right? So again, just to summarize, is that the same strategies that help you to survive will not help you to thrive. The same strategies that helped you to achieve ordinary health will not help you achieve extraordinary health. So if you want to thrive, you must implement strategies that will help you thrive, and stop doing the things that helped you to survive. And if you want to achieve extraordinary health, you need to implement strategies that will give you extraordinary health, and you need to stop doing the things that gave you ordinary health, because those strategies that gave you ordinary health will prevent you from achieving extraordinary health. Okay, I'll see you in the next lesson.